Hey everyone! Today I want to share a tip, or I guess we could call it an entire process, on how you can change the background in your paintings even after they're already finished. Oftentimes we think our idea for a background is good, but then when the painting is finished it looks too pale or boring. That was the case for me with this painting. I had this lovely photo reference and I thought I'd stick to a very pale background so that the mushrooms would be the main focus. But now that the painting is done, I think it looks quite boring, even though I managed to create an inspiration of colors. Yes, you could just take a brush and go around with your color of choice, but the technique I'll show you is much more sophisticated and gives beautiful results. So because the pale background didn't work for this painting, I decided to go with a complementary color combination. In this case, our main color is red orange and its complementary color is blue green. I'll use aqua green by Winsor & Newton and I prepare a diluted mixture here in this small palette. I'll squeeze a small amount and spray it with some water. I'll use this big soft brush by Da Vinci, which will help me cover the entire area faster. I will leave the mixture for a moment while I prepare the paper. To create a soft background, we need to work wet and wet, and we need to moisten the background carefully so as not to disturb our main subject. So I start with a spray bottle, spraying around the mushrooms. Now I'll spray the water with my brush, being careful not to touch the mushrooms. I'll add some more water to make sure I can work longer. Next, I'm taking the brush and picking up the same aqua green I squeezed onto the palette earlier. I'm just taking it from the larger palette where I already have a well filled with it. I start applying broad strokes. Then I take some ultramarine and add a few strokes as well. It's always a good idea to incorporate more than one color. It makes the background look more interesting. I keep adding color around the mushrooms, and down here I overlap the stems to blend them into the background. Now I'll pour the mixture I prepared earlier. And here comes the fun and messy part. I'll tilt my board and all the liquid will start flowing in the direction of the tilt. This is one of my favorite techniques for smooth and natural looking backgrounds. I'll spray some more water, focusing on where I see hard edges, and spread the paint with my brush. You have to keep an eye on the whole background. Some areas might dry faster than others. Now that's just water from my jar. I wipe my brush for better control and I'll bring that diluted color toward the mushrooms. This way we create a nice seamless transition and the mushrooms don't look like they've been cut out or outlined by the background. You can even add some splatters. I'm adding a few more strokes of aqua green now. Then I drop some orange into the background. This helps repeat the accent color of the mushrooms, and now the whole painting looks more cohesive. I'll tilt the board again. It's important to wipe off any excess liquid that gathers here. I could leave it like this, but I can't resist going over it with a soft dry brush to blend the colors further and gently guide them where I want. Here I've got a bit of turquoise paint on the cap of the mushroom, so I'll use a synthetic brush to try and lift it. You can also blot it with a napkin. I don't mind if a little color goes over the mushrooms as long as it has a soft transition. I also don't mind if some of the orange bleeds into the background. In fact, I find these effects beautiful and charming. A few final tilts and softening. And I'll finish with some splatters of clean water. Now I'll leave it to dry. So here's how the painting looked before, and here how it looks now. And here's another example from my class on Skillshare, where we transformed a pale painting into a vibrant one, this time with the bird. I will link the class below. I think the key lesson here is don't be afraid to experiment or ruin your paintings. Most of the times when I wasn't afraid and kept working on an already finished piece, I got results that were 10 times better in the end. So be brave, experiment and get messy. Let me know if you have any questions. If you like this video, check out this one too, where I share with you a technique that will help you make your paintings look more cohesive and realistic. Until the next time!